Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Physics through Computation. So hope you are doing well. So in this lecture what I am going to teach is basically how to plot a data file and a function in several plotting softwares like MATLAB, Python, Mathematica, XMGrace and GNUplot. So I will teach you one by one in this software, and I will show you how to plot a data file and a function in these particular softwares. So let's first start with Python. So for that, what I'm going to do is going to open a terminal in this particular folder where this data file is located. If you type ls, so you will get this data file. So if you are not familiar with the Linux command, so you can I have just uploaded a video few days back. So you can just go and have a look on the basic Linux commands you must know for for being a Linux user. So okay. So let's try to write a Python script which is which has extension .py. So let's first open it. Okay. So sorry for that. Okay. So so now I am in this file which is plot.py. So okay. So let's start. So now so what you have to do first is basically you have to import two Python packages, which is this library NumPy and this matplotlib. So let's first do that. So import matplotlib.pyplot as plt and import matplotlib import NumPy as np. So these are two basic things that you have to do first, and then you have to define one function which is the function that you are going to plot with the data file. So let's define a function. So I am going to use gamma function. So this gamma func is just a name that you can give any name of your choice. So it has variable x and abc as its parameter, which you have to provide. And now so let's define some variable which will save this value of the function for a particular x and this particular parameters. So let's start, and then exponential. So gamma function is basically some a into x to the power b into exponential minus cx. So instead of x I am just writing x minus 1, nothing else. So then exponential. So in exponential, you have to if you want to use exponential, then you have to use this NumPy np.exp and then minus c star x minus 1, right? And okay, so this is done, and then is basically you have to return the value, return gamma, right? Now your function is defined. Now you have to load the data file that you have in this particular folder where I have opened this terminal. So for that you have to define a particular 2D array, and so in that array you need to load that the data file, load txt, and then this data file particular the name of the data file hist. So let me check once with the name of the data file. Just copy that name. Okay, done, and then here just paste the data file name. And okay, so it is done. So data file is now loaded, and now what you have to do is basically you have to use plt.plot, then data1 first is the 0th column, which is the x-axis, and then with data1. So this basically this colon comma 0 is basically accessing the the first column, and colon comma 1 is basically to access the second column, which is the y-axis here. And then basically if you want to put some label, label equal to r comma let's say plot, let's say this is plot of data file, right, to distinguish between function and data file. So you just need to do that. And let's say if you want to write some LaTeX command or some expression in the in the label, so then you need to use this colon. let's say some p naught equal to 30.9 or something like that, and so it is now, so your title is written. And so for title, or as I said, this if you just want to use this string, then you just need to complete this quotation here. But if you want to use some expression, then you have to write it in the in this dollar sign, inside this dollar sign, right? So now it is done. And now for the function we need to define the x range, which I'll do by this np a range, right? And then the range is defined like 1.0 to something like 4.0, 1 to 4, and in like the interval is 0.001, let's say. And now what you have to do is you need to plot the function as well. So plot this x comma, then you have to call the gamma func that you have already, and now you have to provide the value, which is first x, and then the y value, let's say 139.5 cents. So you can put any function, any value, you whatever you want. I just have some reference, and that I am just putting that value only. So 6.99494, and then close it. And then so now you can see here you have 4 arguments, here also you have provided 4 arguments, and the range x as a range particular, that also you have provided. You have to play careful about the number of arguments here and number of arguments you have defined here in the function. So now label label equal to same thing, like so label equal to r, so plot of function, let's say function, and then function, let's say, let's name it as like fx, f of x, right? And then close it. Okay, done. So then bracket close. So now both of them are done. And now what you have to do is basically you need to you can provide the x limit and y limit of the plot, means x range and y range of the plot itself. So which you can provide like for x range 1.0 to 3.0, and also similarly plot y lim is equal to, let's say, some let's say 0.0 to, let's say, 3.5 or something like that, or or let's say 3.4 or something like that. So then done. Okay. And now you can also provide some title, which is plot.title title. Plot.title, let's say some a sample plot in Python, right? So because we are doing Python. And now also you can put the label x label, which is x label, and same thing, like let's say x label is x axis, right? And similarly also you can put y label. Y label is, let's say, y axis, right? And done. And then basically what lastly you have to do is basically plot.show, and first bracket open and close. So now our code is okay, and code is done, and let's run it. So let's save it first, and then let's run it. So okay, so now if you want to plot it, let's say I have Python 3.7 in my machine. So Python 3.7, then plot.py, and if you type enter, so you will get 2 plots. Now you can see we don't have the legends right now, so it is very difficult to identify which one is the function and which one is the data file. So for that we need to add the legend. So let me do that. So for that what you have to do is basically you need to do this thing. So let's say define figure equal to plt plot dot figure, and first bracket open and close, and then ax equal to figure dot add underscore subplot 111, right? And then what you have to do is basically here you have to put the legend, which is let's say legend equal to ax dot legend. Then you have to put the location. Location is, let's say I want it to be upper right, and then you have to also put the, you can also put the font size, which is font size command, and let's say font size is extra large, and then bracket close, right? And now also you have, if you want to modify this plotting type, like let's say you want to plot it with stars, the data file with star, so you have to just put it under quotation star, and if you want to plot the function with a dashed line, then you have to put like this, and then save it and quit it. And now if you run this, and you will get the legend as well as the this data file type, plotting type. So you can see the function is now plotted with the dotted line, and the data file is now plotted with star. If you zoom in, you can see the stars. Yeah, you can see the stars now. So, and this is basically the sign for zoom out. So you can see this right now. This has been nicely plotted in Python, and this is how you can plot a data file and a function, both of them together in a single plot. So this is basically the tutorial for Python. And one point is to notice is that here you can see this LaTeX notation, which you can use using this $2 sign. So here, so you can use the notation using the LaTeX notation, LaTeX type of notation in the dollars, inside the dollar sign. That's just you do what you do in whatever you do in LaTeX. So this is basically a sample code for Python plotting. And so this is how you can plot a function as well as a data file in a Python script and in Python. And you can see this is very easy, and plots are very nice. And if you want to save the plots, you need to type this, and then you can just see the location. So yeah, so for YouTube, let's say, and plotting with different software. So this is, let's rename it like Python, and I want to save it in PDF format, so python.pdf. So this is how I save it. And now if you open it, yeah, so this is your plot. So now you can see this is your plot is saved in PDF format. So this is how you plot in Python. And now you have to just quit it, so type Q and it will be quitted. So this is how you plot data file and function in Python. And now let's go to MATLAB. So MATLAB is quite similar with Python, but the commands are little bit different. So let me explain to you. So let's open MATLAB. So it will take some time because it's a big software. So yeah, it should take some time, but not much. So it will open in a while. So now you can see the data file. So I will do the same thing here for MATLAB as well. So I will plot this data file and the same function that I have just defined for the Python script. So I will do same thing in the MATLAB as well. So in MATLAB you have the commands are usually same, but while loading the data file you will use this first bracket instead of third bracket in MATLAB. So in Python we use this we use this third bracket, right? So if you okay, so it has opened. Okay, so fine. Now, so the difference I will just show you. So here if you open this plot.py, so here you can see this, when I load the data file, this first column and the second column I use this third bracket, but in MATLAB I will this is basically this first bracket will do the work. Okay, so now let's have a look on MATLAB. So I already tell the difference, what is the difference in the loading of the data file. So now let's open MATLAB and then basically open a new script, let's say. And now here you have to load the data file, which is the command hist. Okay, so I forgot the name of the data file again. So let's copy the name. Okay, so let's then paste it here. And then next what you have to do is basically in x1 you will load the first column, which is so that again the data file name, but the name without the extension. So this colon comma 1 will load the first column, and then y1 is equal to, again the data file name without the extension, colon comma 2 will load the second column, which is the y-axis, and now I will define the value of ABC for the function, which is 139.57. So I will keep the same value because I will compare the plots at the end. So 819 and C will be equal to 6.99494, and okay. So ABC I have defined. So now let's define the range for the plot. So range is from 1.0 with an interval 0.01 and up to 4. So first one is basically x minimum, second one is basically dx, and last one is basically the x max, right? And now let's define the function, which is, let's say f1. So then a dot start. So here you need to use a dot before the operators, because here everything is matrix, so you have to be careful about the matrix multiplication. So you have to use the dot before using any operators. So again I will be using the to the power operator, which is b, a into x minus 1 to the power b dot star exponential minus c dot star into x minus 1, right? So your function is now defined. Okay, so yeah, so now next is basically you have to plot it. So plot now x1 comma y1 comma x comma f1. So first I will plot x versus y, x1 versus y1, then I will plot x versus f1. So done. And then you need to, if you want to label it, let's say you want to x label, let's give it some name, x axis, let's say. So this will be under bracket, that's why. So whenever there will be error, there will be red line below that error line. Whatever you will, whenever you will do a mistake, there will be a red line like the warning, right? So x axis, y axis, y level we have set, and now let's also put the legend. So legend is basically the first is basically data file, right? And the second is basically the function, right? Yeah. And let's also put title. So title is a sample plot in MATLAB, right? So the only difference is the loading in the data file, as you can see here, and everything else mostly same with Python. So done. And now let's save it, because it's, you can see the star here, so that means it is unsaved work. Let's first save it. So save. So let's save it in name plot1, because plot.py we have already created, so it can create a conflict, so that's why plot1.m, and .m is basically MATLAB file extension. Okay, now it is saved. Now let's run it. Okay, nice. So you can see you have y-axis here, x-axis, and the sample plot in MATLAB, and then these legends. Now you can do more, which is basically you can also specify the type like Python that I did. So the type of plot, and here let's say I want to plot it with dash, and then again run it. Yeah, so now you can see it is plotted with these two particular types, right? So this is basically the thing. Okay, and this is how we plot in MATLAB. And also you can, like, let's say make the line width little bit thicker. So line width, let's say I want to make it 2 or something like that, because right now it is very thinner. So 2, let's say. And if you do that, your line width will be little bit thicker. So plot it created already. Yeah, so you can see this, it is little bit thicker than the earlier plot. So this is how you plot in MATLAB, and this is how you plot a function and the data file in MATLAB. So this is also very simple. and let's save this plot as well. So then file. Okay, so this is the save command. So save. So you can also, here there is one particular thing, so you can save in MATLAB figure.fig format, and for that, if you save in that format, you can edit the figure, you can do whatever things, labeling and like decorating, everything you can do if you save in fig command. And that is basically a particular feature of MATLAB, which it is like the SVG file type of thing in Inkscape. So this fig extension will allow you to edit the files, afterwards. Like in future also you can edit that if you save in that format. But right now I will be saving in portable document format, which is PDF format. So let's say matlab.pdf, save. So it is saved. If you see here, so matlab.pdf is now saved. Okay, so there is some problem, I think. So let me check. Okay, so yeah, so save. Okay, so this is already saved, and then okay, so file, save as. Okay, so let's replace it, and then let's see it. Okay, I think we have some problem with the ranges, so let me check with the ranges first. Save as matlab.pdf. Yes. Yeah. So basically this range problem. So this is how his plot is saved in MATLAB. Okay. So now let's cut it, and then now let's go to Mathematica. So in Mathematica it is also quite similar with MATLAB, but it's a symbolic language, so it will be more easier. So let's open a new document here. So yeah, so in Mathematica, first what you have to do is basically you have to clear everything, all the variables that you have earlier defined, for which you have to use this global command, clear global command, clear global, then this thing, and then star, then close. Okay, so now everything is clear and we are neat and clean. And then basically you have to again like do the same thing like Python. So data 1, but here you have a command like import. Let's say you are okay, so you can also do one thing before importing. So you can set the directory itself. So set directory, let's set the directory itself, that will be more easier. So for that set directory, you just need to do write set directory and then insert and then file path. So file path is basically this file. So open. Yeah, so you can see you just need to erase the data file name because we only need the file path. So you have the file path now, and now we are in this particular directory, so we don't need to do again write the file path here. So if you don't use the set directory command, you need to provide this full path here. So right now we have set the directory, and for that we don't need to use the full name. So hist, okay, so this file, but you don't need this full directory because you are already in that directory. So here, and then let's save in table. Okay, and here also all the command will be shown, so you will not be you don't need to remember really the particular commands, and you will be like you have the command, you just need to know the uses of the command, not very much like you don't need to remember or memorize the command. So if you see enter, then you can see the data file is being loaded here. So data file is loaded nicely. Now if you use semicolon, it will not show the output. That's the only thing. So now we will plot the data first. We will save the plot in data plot or any variable that of your choice. So list plot and then data 1, let's say, and here will semicolon. So you will see the plot here. You can see the plot, but we right now we want to see both the plot together, so let's use semicolon, so it will not show the output. So now let's define the function itself. Okay, so let's put the values of ABC first. So A equal to 139.57, B equal to 1.79819, C equal to 6.99494. Okay, and then f of, so here if to define the function you have to use this particular f of x underscore and then colon, then equal sign, right, and then a star x minus 1 to the power b, then exponential, here you can also put a star, so exponential minus c star x minus 1, right, and then bracket close. So this is your function, and now you plot the function and save it in funcplot. Funcplot is just a variable of your choice. Again, plot then f of x, and let's put the range of x from 1 to 4, and now also plot the plot range. You can see the commanders there already, so you don't need to be really in that particular, like you don't need to remember that thing, so they are already there. So this is the x range, first one, and next one is basically the y range, which is 0.02, let's say 3.4. so x range, y range already you have provided. Now let's close it, and now semicolon again. Let's see the first plot, and this is basically the function plot, right? So just semicolon. Now to see both of them together, you need to use the show command. So show data plot as well as the func plot, right, and then it. So you can see the first one is basically the data plot, and second one is basically the func plot. And now what we'll do some modification where to see the labels and so the other stuff and everything. So here for that, what we'll do is basically we'll add some plotting style, like plot style. You have already all the information. You have, like, let's say plot style or orange, the color is orange, and type is dashed, and then line type is thick. Everything else is there. So just then again shift enter is the command to run the script, right? So here shift enter is the command, shift plus enter, that I am typing. So now you can see this function has like nicely being plotted with the dotted line and orange color, and you can increase this figure size. So you just click on the figure and then increase it like this manually. So this is very simple, and this is very easy to use, and this is very handy actually. So this is how you edit here, and then let's say this, you can also edit this data list line plot command as well. So here you can add, let's say you can do same thing, like let's say you want to plot it with line plot. So list line plot command is there. So if you do that, you will plot it with line plot and stops. So this is basically the thing. And now you can also put some label, let's say access label. So access label, so it is already there, so it's nothing to do. So access label, let's say the under second bracket, so double colon, then slash, then let's some LaTeX command like beta, right? So be, so it will automatically take the beta, it will write the beta itself. So if you see, so beta is already there, like automatically written. So and then next, let's say I want to also write alpha or something like that, or chi or something like that. So let's say double colon, then slash, then third bracket, then chi, and then third bracket close, and then double colon close, right? And then if you type enter, and if you see, okay, so then basically also you can also put this plot label, which is basically, let's say, slash then al alpha. So it's already there. So what, every command is already there, so you just need to be sort of you just need to figure out what else you want to do. So you don't need to remember any of the commands, right? Okay, so sorry for this, here I have done a mistake. So then like the slash then alpha. Okay, so it is already taking alpha, so oh no, sorry, so okay, so this bracket is for this, and then basically colon, sorry, double quotation, and then slash, then under bracket a l p h a, then bracket close. Okay, so this is how basically you will write, and now you have to do the same thing for the you have to do this accesses label and this part same for the other plot as well, otherwise it will not show it. So just do it here, and then shift enter, and you can see this alpha is my label, this is sky, this is beta is my this, and so on. So this is my x label, y label are being plotted nicely. And you can also set the labels from here as also. So here the label, so what you want to do, plot label a sample plot in Mathematica, right? And now if you just type OK, done, and then it will be there. You can see, this is very basically handy and useful. So you can control the image size, accesses, labels. So let's this is basically I just this alpha beta just I showed to show you that how to use this LaTeX symbol here in the Mathematica in labeling. But here in our case it will be like x-axis, and this will be like y-axis, right? And plotting label is a sample plot in Mathematica, right? And done. So done. So this is basically how you plot in Mathematica. So this is basically your data file, and this is basically your data file and basically your function. So this is basically very easy, as you can see here. So okay, so and okay, so you can also do one thing. So you can, okay, so here you can see plot label we already did. So plot legends, yeah, plot legend automatic, and here also do the same thing. So plot range automatic. So if you do that, let's see what is the difference. Okay, so plot, oh sorry, plot legend automatic. So yeah, okay, so this is basically the thing. So this is basically this is how we basically plot a data file and function in Mathematica. And if you want to save it, and saving is very easy here also. So here just we can also cut the graphic, we can also copy the graphic, and so on. And here to save it, you can use the command save graphic as, and you just need to name it Mathematica. Okay, so done. So this is how you plot in Mathematica also. So yeah, so you see, yeah, this you see this plot is so nice in Mathematica. So this is how you plot a data file and a function in Mathematica. So now and Mathematica, MATLAB and Python I described just now. Now let's look at GNU plot. So GNU plot is very easy. So you just need to so if you want to use bash command here in GNU plot, you need to type this exclamatory sign and then the bash command, right? So in GNU plot it is basically very easy. So what you need to do is basically let's first define the function. Okay, so let's define the value of a 139.57, b equal to 1.79819, c equal to 6.99494, right? And then f of x is basically equal to a star x minus 1 to the power b star c b star exponential minus c star x minus 1, right? Yeah, so fx is now defined. Now you can already you have to already like set the x label, which is x axis, and set the y label, which is y axis, right? And set the title, which is a sample plot in GNU plot, right? Done. And then what you need to do is basically plot, then hist this file name with let's say point type 7, point size 2, and then comma fx with l line with 2, right? And it's done. So it's so easy in GNU plot also. So you need to just also, you can want to turn on the grid, then use this icon to click, and then this is basically the command. So this is basically, you can also set the title as well, like here. Okay, so here title is basically data file, and okay, so single quotation, and here will be w with l, and then here also title, if you want to, this is basically function, right? And if you do that, yeah, so this is how basically your data file will look, and data file and the function will look in GNU plot. So if you type 7, it will be like rectangle, and again if you type 7, it will be like the squished one, and then if you type again 7, it will be like the square one. So this is how you will plot a data file and a function in GNU plot. And if you want to save it, then click on this and then export as PDF, and then you can write GNU plot.pdf and enter, and it will save it in PDF format. So if you see here GNU plot.pdf, so it has saved it in PDF plot. So this is how we basically plot a function and data file in GNU plot. Now I will also show another software, which is basically XMGrace. So XMGrace is a very good software, and it is also like it is basically this interactive software, and if you can like plot with like plot like the plots in GNU plot that we did, but you don't need to write any command, you just need to load the data file manually. So let me show you. So XMGrace, yeah, so XMGrace is now opened. So this is how basically XMGrace terminal will look like, and from here what you have to do is basically the following. So first click on the edit icon, and then click on the data sets, and then again click on the edit icon, and then edit data, not edit data, so create new. So edit data will put the data, so then create new, and then by formula. So now here you have to just click on this next bar. So here you have to set the date. First I will plot the function, and then I will go to the data file. So for this, here you have to start from, let's say for function 1.0 and stop at 4.0, and in step of, let's say length is, let's say 100, so 100 data points. So this is the variable, here is column this $t, and we have to write we have to imagine that x is $t and write our expression. So 139.57 star then $t minus 1 to the power 1.79819 star exp minus of 6.99494 star $t minus 1 then bracket close, right? So this is how we write a function in XMGrace. So then apply and then accept, right? And then accept and then apply. Okay, so this plot this and then apply, accept. Okay, so then plot. So okay, so then you have to click this command, so then the plot will arrive, right? So this is basically the plot for the function in XMGrace. And now for the data file, what you have to do is basically click on the data icon, click on the file icon, and let me check. So yeah, click on the data icon and then basically import and then ASCII. Then after that is basically you need to select the location here, and then you need to click. If you select the location, if you provide the location, then it will show you the files corresponding to that location. So if you then click on the file, and then here the select, it is being selected, and then if you just type OK, and then it will automatically arrive here. So this is your data file, and this is your basically function. And now what you need to do is basically you have to check the plot appearance. Okay, so background is now white. If you want to change the background to blue, it will be like blue, and it is not that much good, so let me stick to white and then apply, then accept. And then here you need to edit the labelings, edit with the labelings and legends and other stuffs. So for that, what you need to do is basically the following. So you will do like this plot and then graph appearance, and then here so what you will like to provide a title. So let's sample, you just need to write the title here is sample plot in XMGrace, right? Okay, so apply and then accept. Okay, so then plot, again go to plot and then graph appearance. So here it is there. So okay, frame legend box is there. Okay, legends is there, Times Roman. Okay, so okay, now so here okay, so accept, and then so this title is appeared here, and then again go to the set appearance, access properties, let's say, and then here x-axis you will label the string as x-axis, and here you need to select the y-axis then, and then y, here y-axis. Okay, and you need to accept it. Okay, and then again go to that set appearance. Okay, not set appearance, go to plot and then axis properties, and then x-axis also you need to write similarly. So I haven't saved, that's why I need to again write it. So then apply and okay, and then what else you can do is like this. So axis label and bars, and you can change the color. Let's see, I want red, and then apply, and let's say for y-axis also I want red and apply. Okay, so this will be like the following. So you just need to play around these values. Okay, so yeah, so now what you can do is basically then go to again this plot command and then set appearance. So for the first curve, let's say main, so here let's say this is basically my first curve is basically my function. So let's say function, then apply, and then my second this one is basically my data file. So apply and then accept. So you can see now your function and data file is being I have nicely give the legends here in XMGrace. So now if you want to save this thing, so you just go to file and then print. So it will saved in the PS format, which is the PDF format. So okay, so here it is being saved, so it will take some time to save. Okay, so here print and then okay, right? And then here you will see this plot. So this is how you plot a data file and a function in XMGrace. So let me show by decreasing. Yeah, so this is how you can plot a data file and function in XMGrace also. So this is basically the tutorial for plotting data files and a function in different softwares I have showed, and I hope you like this video. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel to support me, and this means a lot to me if you support me by subscribing and sharing. And thank you for watching my channel, and thank you for watching this video. Stay safe. Thank you.